afternoon, everyone, and welcome. You are listening to the BalaCore Fitness Show, and we are a brand new show starting out. My name is Ellen Como, your host, and I'm here with Danny Liu.
Hey, how's it going? It's Danny Liu, co-owner of BalaCore Fitness with Ellen Como.
Yes, I used to have Lifestyle Fitness. It was a radio show I had a few years ago, and I disappeared off the radar because I was working on a project, and now so excited that we have BalaCore Fitness Studio, which was my part of my project. And Danny and I are going to have a show, and we're going to be coming to you twice a month and giving you what we both found a passion for, health and fitness. So first, Danny, tell them a little bit about yourself.
Well, about me, I've been a resident of Santa Clarita for 22 years or so. So, I just had a business up here, and I have 3 or 4 other businesses, and I met Ellen. My kids grew up here, actually. Went to Valencia High School and so on, and now they're out. And I've always worked out at the gyms that are the local gyms. And you just do your normal workouts, some private training, some not, but mostly we don't. And I really I didn't know any different for my body until I started working out with Ellen on this BalaCore product. I found it very interesting. But the interesting thing was that as you worked out on it, you could see your body changing faster than I ever have in 5, 10, 20, 30 years of my life. So that's how I became interested in this BalaCore product.
Yeah, and you're a businessman. And you know what I like about this show that we're going to be bringing to you twice a month is that I've been in fitness for over 30 years. And Danny's pretty new, even though he's been part of fitness. He's really learning the other side of fitness. So you're going to kind of get a more experienced opinion and then someone who's just learning. And sometimes those two things you can learn a lot from both of us.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Absolutely. We're bringing you kind of two sets of, two sides of the coin here. Yep. And my name is Ellen Como again, and I've been in the fitness industry for over 30 years. I've been a trainer out here for, well over 20 years. And about 6 years ago, I had an idea for a fitness product. We had to get it off the ground. And at the time, I had somebody take my idea to the special effects department over in the studios, and they can make anything. So they made my first prototype, and then we call that the dinosaur now.
Dinosaur is at my office, and
yes.
We do keep it there to remind us of where we've come from.
One day I'm going to put it in a big, clear plexiglass box and use it as a coffee table for our office.
Museum of BalaCore is what we're going to call
Exactly. That was our very first one, and I used it in my gym. The theory of the BalaCore was that I wanted a full-length rectangular bench filled with air. So the spine would be in a constant neutral, your core would be engaged at all times, and then to have it go onto the floor. So anything that you do on the floor, you could do on the BalaCore on air, but your body would stack correctly, and you would have little to no impact on your joints. And that's a really big deal when you're working out. A lot of the times when you think of low impact exercise, the other thing that goes along with low impact exercise is no results or low results. Absolutely. I think that's kind of a mindset, isn't it?
Absolutely.
And with the BalaCore, you're really getting an intense workout with no impact on your joints. And Danny, you were doing some of
cross training and things like that. Mm-hmm. That was the fad and the thing of the day, and it still is.
Yes.
And I always remembered that when I would do plyo, just like put my arms on the floor, leave my legs self-extended, that would be the best workout. Everyone admits you would be sweating within 1 minute.
Planks?
With a plank.
Yes.
Now, that's what I learned is on a BalaCore, that's like doing a plank for 55 minutes. And that's the most amazing piece of product that a year and a half ago when I met you and started training with you in your home, in your garage, and it was your dream to open this gym, but I didn't know that at the time. And it was just an amazing piece of product. And that's where I started to fall in love with this product and saw the results very quickly. Yeah,
and you came when you first started working out with me. You had a sore back.
Always from the other gyms.
Yeah,
always
so
sore back badly.
Yeah, so that was always an issue that you had the sore back, and I have that with a lot of people. And now you're even seeing it on a larger level at the fitness studio. How many people walk into our gym with injury because of working so extreme to try to get the body that they want? So you were working out with me. You were seeing that you weren't getting the pain in your back anymore.
Correct.
Yes. And then, it was kind of a progression into opening a fitness studio together.
Correct.
At first it was in my garage. I was really happy. And, if you always hear that some of the greatest things were created in a garage.
Oh, yeah. There's even been a commercial on that. So they just had one for Microsoft, all these other fabulous things, which I agree with you.
Yeah, even what they say, Ford cars were made in a garage. So great things are created in a garage. And the BalaCore was truly created in a Santa Clarita garage. It is a local product. It was created here. I thought of it here. It's purely a resident of Santa Clarita from the time of its conception. But now we've gotten my BalaCore actually up and going and got the real product. And I sent so many back, and that's why I stopped doing my radio show here last time, was because I had to be available, and there was so much going on with China and trying to get this product the right way. And I finally got it to the place that I wanted it, and I started training small groups in my garage, seeing their results. Danny came on board, and he started to see how much things were changing, and he took a chance on me.
Absolutely.
And believed in me when I was getting ready to completely walk away from the BalaCore altogether. So, I was at a place, and if anybody has had a dream, and if you had a vision for yourself, you know that there's doors that close, doors that open, and sometimes there's so many closed doors, one right after the other, that you just gonna get worn out. And you start having to second guess yourself, is this truly worth it anymore? And I think I was getting to that level with the BalaCore. Is this worth it anymore? And we're going to take a break right now. And when I get back, we're going to talk about, is it worth it? Why was it worth it? Where did it lead from there?
Absolutely.
So you're listening to your hometown station, AM 1220 KHTS. We'll be right back. Welcome back. You are listening to the BalaCore Fitness Show, and you've got Ellen Como, me, your host, and Danny Lou here.
Hey there, what's going on?
And you're listening to hometown station, AM 1220 KHTS. Before we went to the break, we started talking about the BalaCore and how I almost walked away from it. And this obviously doesn't have anything to do with health and fitness, but this does have to do with following through with your dreams. And I think everyone needs to hear that every now and then. And I know there's probably people listening to the show right now that have a dream and maybe are getting that one wall, one door closing right in your face, one right after the other, and you're ready to walk away because you kind of almost start to think, is this really worth it? And is my happiness more worth this? All of this drama and all of this stress that it was bringing onto my life. And I didn't know what I was going to do with BalaCore. And I was really, really ready to walk away from it. And a girlfriend of mine called, and I was telling her, I just don't know I think I'm going to walk away. And she said, what are you going to do? I said, I don't even know what I'm going to do. But I just don't know, and I don't think I can continue to do this. And she said, well, I know what you're going to do. And she told me I was going to fly corporate jets around the world. And I took it on. I said, you know what? I'm doing this. After careful thought of about 2 seconds, I decided that it's time for me to walk away from BalaCore. I invented the BalaCore. I'll invent something else. And I won't have to deal with the issues that I was dealing with at that moment with my product. So up I went, flying around the world a couple times. And the beauty of that was that everybody I flew, it was a private jet, a small private jet, a lot of CEOs, a lot of CFOs, a lot of celebrities, very successful people fly in private jets. And they would talk to me because I was the only one on board with the 2 pilots, and it was just the 3 of us and a passenger. And a lot of the times the passengers were there by themselves, and they wanted to know who I was, my story. They were 6 hours together flying across the country. They're bored. Keep me company. What do you do? And we talk. And they wanted to talk to me and tell me their life story. They wanted to know a little bit about me. And each and every time things would come up about the BalaCore. And these were some of the CEOs and CFOs of the largest companies in the world. And each one of them would tell me a piece of their story where they had a bad partner, or they had doors closed in their face, or they were down to their last $15 in the bank, and they fought. They fought so hard, and they didn't give up, and now they're successful and flying around in private jets, doing quite well. So each one of them would ask me, why are you up here in the air? Why are you not down there fighting for your product? This is your product. You're the product. Well, I had one last person that I flew, and I remember I was talking to Danny about flying him, and I was a little nervous because he had kind of a reputation.
Right.
And I got on the plane with him, and he was actually the most instrumental person that I flew that got me to fight for my product. And he is a big developer of a lot of artists in the music industry. Yeah. And we had a great conversation. We started talking about the BalaCore, and he really was interested in what was going on with the BalaCore, what it was. He loved the idea. He said it was probably one of the best ideas he's heard in fitness for a very long time. But again, he did not want to touch me because of the problems that I was dealing with in the company. But he told me to just make that decision and not give up. And I asked him, well, who would you get if you were to take this over? Who would you get? Because he could get any star, celebrity, fitness person in the world to represent BalaCore. I said, who would you get? And he said, you're it. And that's the first time he kind of really hearing this from somebody in the field, the level that he was, telling me to fight for the product, telling me as soon as I decided I was going to get it, and letting me know that you are this product, go back and get it. I landed the plane, and Danny and I just got in a conversation. I can't even remember where I was in the world. You and I had a conversation, and I was telling you that, my dream was always to open a fitness studio, and you're...
Hello.
Yeah. And he said, you never even told me this was your dream. And at that point is when he told me that he wanted to support me.
Yeah, I wanted to, because I've been working on it now for a year. I thought it was most amazing equipment. As a businessman, I'm thinking, dollar signs. Hey, maybe if I can be part of this and have a person that I care about and that I've gotten to know well, be able to get her dream. Gosh, that'd be a dream for me to be able to do both. Keep someone happy and invest in something that could be profitable and that we could share with the world and Santa Clarita as a start. And that's kind of how it went. And it was a whole thing where it just panned out, where I could buy out the two partners that owned it. They're ready to go. It was just perfect timing. I was on a break from a tour with my kids that go on tour. And it was like a 2-day thing. Bam, done, cashier's check, I owned it. And it was really that fast. If you remember, it was like I flew in, they said, bring a cashier's check, and you own it. So now I'm an owner in the Core Bench Fitness that we make the BalaCores. Ellen and I together own that. And then with her dream, which I was so happy to be able to create with her, and we might be able to talk about that later, about how we got our location and thing in the next segment.
Yes.
But I was able to make it happen. It made me happy to be investing in something that I truly believe in, and that's what you want to do. Invest in something you truly believe in, not just an investment. And that's what I did for the BalaCore.
Yeah, on the flip side of that, if you're the person that has that thing that you want someone to believe in, don't give up on it. Make that decision that you are going to fight for it in any way that you can, and you're going to do whatever it takes to bring this product. Whether it's a product, whether it's an idea, whether it's a book, what is it? What is your dream? What do you want to share with the world? And when all those doors are, cramming right in front of you and closing in your face, and it's one obstacle after another, and you're getting ready to walk away, the beauty is sometimes you do need to take a little break. That journey gave me all of the confidence and the information and the knowledge to come back and fight for it. So we're going to be right back. This is Ellen Como. You're listening to your hometown station, AM 1220 KHTS.